So if you want to make six figures, you can't just be talking about you want to make six figures. You hear what I'm saying to you tonight? If you do the three things I tell you to do tonight, I guarantee you, whatever it is you want to do in life, you'll be able to do. You will be able to accomplish whatever you want to academically, financially, relationally, whatever. So three things. All right, I'm going to tell you the story. I got to get out of here. And the story is about, you guys have probably heard about this before. It was a young man who, he wanted to make a lot of money. And so he went to this guru, right? And he told the guru, I want to be on the same level you on. And so the guru said, if you want to be on the same level I'm on, I'll meet you tomorrow at the beach at 4 a.m. He like, the beach? I said, I want to make money. I don't want to swim. Guru said, if you want to make money, I'll meet you tomorrow, 4 a.m. So the young man got there at 4 a.m. He all ready to rock and roll, got on the suit. He should have worn shorts. The old man grabs his hand and said, how bad do you want to be successful? He said, real bad. He said, walk on out in the water. So he walks out into the water. Watch this. When he walks out into the water, it goes waist deep. So he like, this guy crazy. Adrian, he like, I want to make money. He got me out here swimming. I didn't ask to be a lifeguard. I want to make money. He got me in. So he said, come out a little further. Walked out a little further. Then he had it right around this area, the shoulder area. So this old man crazy. He's making money, but he crazy. He said, come on out a little further. Came out a little further. It was right at his mouth. My man like, I'm about to go back in here. This God is mine. So the old man said, I thought you said you wanted to be successful. He said, I do. He said, walk a little further. He came, dropped his head in, held him down, hold him down. My man getting scratching, holding him down. I got you. I know you brushed it out, but I got you. He had him held down. I need you for an illustration. He had him held down. Just before my man was about to pass out, he raised him up. He said, I got a question for you. Somebody answer the question for me. He said, when you were underwater, what did you want to do? Lee, I'm looking for a different word though than lip. What's that word? He said, I wanted to breathe. He told the guy, he said, when you want to succeed as bad as you want to breathe, then you'll be successful. I don't know how many of y'all got asthma in here today, but if you ever had an asthma attack before, you short of breath, SOB, shortness of breath, you wheezing. The only thing you trying to do is get some air. You don't care about no basketball game. You don't care what's on TV. You don't care about nobody calling you. You don't care about a party. The only thing you care about when you're trying to breathe is to get some fresh air. That's it. And when you get to the point where all you want to do is be successful as bad as you want to breathe, then you'll be successful. And I'm here to tell you, number one, that most of you say you want to be successful, but you don't want it bad. You just kind of want it. You don't want it badder than you want to party. You don't want it as much as you want to be cool. Most of you don't want success as much as you want to sleep. Some of you love sleep more than you love success. And I'm here to tell you today, if you're going to be successful, you've got to be willing to give up sleep. So if you want to make six figures, you can't just be talking about you want to make six figures. You hear what I'm saying to you tonight? If you do the three things I tell you to do tonight, I guarantee you, whatever it is you want to do in life, you'll be able to do. You will be able to accomplish whatever you want to academically, financially, relationally, whatever. So three things. All right, I'm going to tell you the story. I got to get out of here. And the story is about, you guys have probably heard about this before. It was a young man who, he wanted to make a lot of money. And so he went.
What's up, everyone? Good evening. My name is Dontre, and I'm your host on I'm Never Right podcast. And tonight is our first show. First off, I want to thank everyone for tuning in. This thing kind of just happened overnight for me. You guys have shown a lot of support on the Word of the Day videos, and it's been crazy. Tonight's topic is, do kids need their fathers? We're going to have a couple of guests who are going to come on and talk about this topic. Before we get started, I do want to share with you guys our lineup for the next month. We have about 4 shows booked already. Next week, I got my sis, Ariana. She's going to be on here next Monday. We're going to be talking about changes adults face when becoming a parent. I think this is a dope topic, especially for people who are in relationships, single parents, pretty much anyone who is a new parent and wants to get some insights. She's going to ask me some dope questions. I'm going to ask her some dope questions, and that's going to be a fun one. Following that, on August 11th, I got my guy Junior Ray and Estella coming on, and we're going to be talking about the difference between unconditional love and friendships and why males enjoy being around their guy friends. Now, this topic kind of went crazy on Facebook. Junior had a lot of things to say about it, and most of the men obviously agreed to what he had to say. Estella then came back with some interesting perspectives on the topic, and a lot of people really like what she had to say. It's going to be fun. That's a late one, so drink your Red Bull, make your tea, your coffee, or whatever, and I hope you guys are ready for that one. And then following that, I got Jai and Triandra. They're going to be coming on talking about the difference between men and women and who has it harder. I think this is going to be another dope topic. When I thought about doing the podcast, it really was to raise awareness on different topics. And I didn't want to just pre-record shows and then come on here and talk to you guys. I really wanted for people to come on and give their insights on things. So if there's any topic you want to talk about, if it's sports, if it's music, if it's educational, if you have a small business, please reach out. This is not about me. This is about everyone coming together and really talking about anything, So the topic, does a child need their father? This pretty much stemmed crazy on Facebook where people was giving different insights. I posted it because I wanted to see what people had to say. I actually have not weighed in on this topic yet because I really wanted to see what people were saying. And I think it's an interesting topic. I think people have different perspectives on if a child needs their father. I will say it can go either way. I might share my perspective later on tonight after everyone talks about it. So make sure you're flooding those comments and giving us your insights on what you think. My first guest is going to be my brother. He's going to come on. I'm going to have him join in a couple minutes. What I will say is for anyone who's joining the live or in the comments, please be respectful of people. Everyone's going to have an opinion. We can debate word doubts, but, watch the language. You can swear a little bit, but just be respectful. We don't want to be on here disrespecting other people. Like I said, we can go back and forth. We could talk about it, but everyone's opinion is validated, and that's what it is. It's an opinion. None of us are scientists. None of us have PhDs on these topics. So it's just for us to have something to talk about and get people's different insights on that. So I'm going to have him come on. I'm going to let him know he could jump on the live, and we're going to get into it. I really want to hear what you guys have to say. So please comment, share your feedback. And again, if you want to join the live, just send me a quick inbox. If you're watching on YouTube, I'll drop my number in the YouTube chat comments because we're on Restream, so people can join from anywhere. I'll also drop my phone number in the Facebook comment so people can shoot me a text if you really want to join the live. I'm waiting for my brother to jump on, and then my guy Junior Ray, he's supposed to join us too. He really wanted in on this topic, so it should be fun. Let me see where he's at. But yeah, I see we got about 9 people on Facebook, and we got about 10 people watching on YouTube. So again, drop them comments if you think children need their father and have something to go with it. You know what I mean?
You can hear me?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Here we go. Here we go. Look at you, baby boy. Got your own podcast, boy.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. All right. So I'm not going to ask you that question right off the rip. We're going to save that question for the last question and leave people, thinking about it. So the first question is, I know these answers, but a lot of people don't. The first question is, did you grow up with a consistent father in your life?
What do you mean as consistent?
So
consistent.
So I'll phrase it as this:
Mhm.
Was your father in your house when you woke up every morning?
No,
Was your father involved in the first 10 years of your life, giving you moral support and teaching you how to be a boy or a man?
no, no, not the
As
first time.
yeah, as you got older, did you build a relationship with your father?
I always felt like I had my own relationship with my father, where I felt that was my relationship with my dad.
Yep,
You
yep.
feel me? It could be different with others as the relationship, but I feel like yeah, I had a relationship with him. I always did, but when I got older and to understand the things that he was going through in life, I felt like yeah, I
Hmm.
did that.
Yep. All right. Next question. Do you think that not having a consistent father in the first 10 years of your life made a difference in how you were raised in the first half of your life?
Um, no, because I feel like the first 10 of your life, you're still a child, you get me? So you
Hmm.
always see what you know, you get me? So like
Yep.
our mom was there, you feel me? So it was just that's just what it was. We was consistent with
Yep.
that. So I don't feel like that played a big factor of that.
Do you think this is going to be a good one? Do you did you grow up with consistent father figures for the first 10 years of your life?
Absolutely. Absolutely. There was two big ones.
Yep.
There was two big ones. Our uncle, of course, and Mark Bayhead.
Yep.
He
Yep.
he changed my life.
So
He
as you got
definitely played a
older
part.
and you grew that relationship with your father, did you let the past of him not being there affect the relationship that you tried to build or did build?
No, I just let it be what I was because I was a kid.
Yep.
You feel me? I was a kid at that time. So then I got to understand in my perspective of what I wanted to him to be there for me
Yep.
at that moment.
Nice. Good answer. All right. So as you got older and you grew that relationship with your father, did you ever think about what it would be like if he was around at the beginning?
Of course. That's every boy's, of course, but
Yeah. Yep.
that's every boy's dream, wish, or whatever you want to put it.
So if you could share a memory, good, that's appropriate, bad, that's appropriate, with your dad, what would it be?
Good. I got to play in a summer league that my nana and uncle ran. I got to play on a basketball team with him. That was great.
You got to play
And
with him, like on the same
yeah,
team.
he was on my team. Yeah, he was on my team. I got to play with him. So that was great because basketball always been my first love.
Yep.
So I feel like that was special to me.
And
Bad.
yeah, I won't even use the word bad. I'll just say
Yeah,
maybe.
because I only say it would be bad because of the situation where it was at.
Hmm.
That's the only I would put it bad because it was still good to me, but it was bad because so the bad situation was me playing chess with my dad in prison. That
Yep.
was because of the situation. Like, dang, we was both in prison. I always got to hear stories. Like when I just went back the time that I got to be in jail with him, I got to see 46 pictures, I believe, different mugshots of my dad. And
Mm.
that was just mad crazy to me because it's like, dang, like you've been arrested these many times and it's just like different timelines of his life. But I
Yep.
got to see, I took it as information. I got
Yep.
to know,
Mm.
you get me, even the CO to even do that. He
Yeah.
seen some type of good with my dad for him to even like, yo, your dad's in here. He pulled me out my block and got to sit in the room. I got to talk to my dad. So, but playing chess with my dad because he always told me like, yo, chess is a game of life.
Yep.
Chess is a game of life, and if you see the lifestyle that I live, not that he said that he put prison on me, but if you ever was
Yep.
in
Yep.
that situation, learn
Mm.
that game, and it will mentally And I ain't gonna lie, that game changed my life, and me being in prison and having that moment with him was special. But that was the only bad thing. I ain't gonna say the other bad thing. Well, I ain't, I'm gonna
I'm gonna cut you
sugarcoat
off
it.
real quick. So
Alright.
people who are commenting questions, we're definitely gonna answer them. I'm just gonna keep asking him a few more questions. He's probably gonna ask me a couple questions, and then I'll go through the live, and then we'll read through the questions because I see him coming in. There's some great questions, so don't think we're ignoring you. We're definitely gonna get to them. All right. Next question. I know the ladies are probably waiting for this question. Do you think not having that consistent father put a burden on our mom raising us to be men?
Hell yeah. It's crazy. Because how does a woman teach a boy how to be a man?
It's the question that
You
everybody
feel
wants
me?
to know the answer to. Yeah.
She can only raise her child, her her main child to be what she feel, what I feel, what she feels that she wants in a man.
Yep.
Oh, and her own father, you get me? So absolutely, it was hard. It's hard. Like I commend all the single mothers because first of all, we have a single mom.
Yep.
So like it wasn't hard, especially dealing with a kid like me. It wasn't
And
hard. It's not hard.
all right, all right. You got any questions for me?
Um, yeah, actually, I
let
do actually, sir.
me hear it.
How did you navigate without having a father in your life? And when I say that, because we have the same dad and we live different lifestyles in some type of aspect. And you exceeded more at the moment what I have, not taking what you did. You see a lot. Commend you for that gag. Appreciate you.
That's
But
that's a good question.
like how did you, because there was times I'm like, dang, like then I'm looking at you, it's just like, how did you
Uh,
navigate with
that's a tough question
that?
because we've been through a lot. So
Yeah.
honestly, I just always would try to think what Ma would do. You know, Ma raised us the best way she could. So when she wasn't around, I felt like I had to be her, but
Mm,
in a fatherly way. So it was like, you know how it was when we was growing up. Make sure the house is clean before mom gets home. Do these
exactly.
dishes. Do your homework. You know. So it was navigating in an aspect on what I thought a father should be doing in the home. So I never really looked at it as a burden. She never asked us to take on more. She never expected us
Exactly,
to
yeah.
do anything. So it was just like,
Mhm,
how can I make it easier on her? You know. So
mhm.
I guess that's how I looked at it. Um, I think as we got older, it got hotter trying to navigate that because, you know, as you get older as a young man, turning into a man and you go through things, your mom can't relate to the things you're going through. One, because she's a woman, and two, because she's not experiencing what you're
The things
going
that we've
through,
been through.
so she
Exactly.
can't really give an opinion on a situation from a woman's standpoint because as a man when certain things happen to you and you go through certain things, women are just never going to be able to experience it. Just like for a man, you're never going to be able to understand what a woman is going through or feeling when something happens to them. So it's one of those things, like you
Exactly.
said, she can never teach us how to be a man in the eyes of what is a man. All
Yeah,
she can do is show us what she knows.
exactly. What she
You
feels
know,
is right.
right.
Exactly.
That was a good question. I had to think about that.
Yeah, I know. I got to lie, that I've been waiting. I ain't gonna lie, that question was came off the top, but I always it didn't come off the top because of I've always like damn, like, how does this kid do it? Like, cause
Yeah,
I'm
yeah.
seeing things different, and I'm like, yo, I felt like me personally, I felt I had to protect us. You get me?
Yeah,
So it's
yeah,
just
yeah.
like I had to just feel like that was my fatherly role. But was I doing it right? Yeah, but no. At the aspect because I'm looking at the things that you're doing. You feel me?
Yep.
I could have took a different route, but that just wasn't the cards that I guess I was dealt with at the moment.
Yep.
Because now I see it. Now it's there. I get
Yeah.
it. Yeah, now I get it. Now I'm understanding. I always felt well. I felt like I always like 3 years, 5 years ago now, 4 years ago now. I felt like I understand the way that you navigated things. So now I just had to hear it out loud
Yep.
to see if that I was my
You got any other questions for me?
No, that was actually it. I
All
ain't
right.
gonna lie.
So we're gonna start answering these questions, but
Mhm,
I'm gonna ask you the question that everyone's waiting for. Does a
mhm.
child need their father? People think it's straight cut. I don't think it's
No, it's not because I ain't gonna lie. Me and my girlfriend was talking about it earlier. Because it's when you're asking, what do you mean? It depends what you're asking. What do you
yep,
mean when does a child need their father? Like, what do
yep.
you mean by that?
And that's why when I posted on Facebook and everyone gave their perspectives on if a child needs their father, every comment, and let me see if I can pull it up and keep us both on the screen. Yep. So every comment
Mhm.
that people put, it had a different thing. So someone said kids need love. We bring them into this scary world and they're so innocent, whether it's a mom, dad, aunt, or even a foster parent, they need real love and security. And then someone else brought up a great point and said, not if the father is toxic, they didn't. So, excuse me, not if the father is toxic, they don't. You got to protect your kids, even if it's from the other parent, well, at least in their situation. So it's all situational. Someone else said kids need an active father,
Exactly.
a father that's trying, a trying father, not someone that's just there. So I think it it very
It's to me personally, it's more than a want than a need.
yep,
You feel me? Because again, we personally grew up with our father not consistently in our life. I have a different relationship with our dad than you do. You feel me? You
yep,
get me? My relationship with my dad is more open. With yours is just more like I respect my dad. It's just more you strive more because there's times that I looked at like, damn, I need my dad. But then I look at you, it's just like you ain't never asked for him and look at the things that you achieved. You feel
mhm,
me? So it's more than me personally, it's more than a want than a need.
yep. All right, let's look at these comments. And let's see what we got. All right. All right. First comment. All right. Let's see. Jordan just commented, I love being father, but it's difficult not seeing my child every day. That's definitely tough.
Absolutely.
Kai just said children need every person that will make them feel complete. Absolutely. All
Absolutely.
right. So Ari said, do you think you have any qualities from your dad, good or bad? I think we can both answer that one. You can answer it first, and then
Um, good qualities. Um,
that's a great question.
my good quality is my charm because the stories that I do and see with my dad, like people never ever disrespect my dad. Every time they talk about my dad, it's highly
Mhm.
in some type of way. You feel me? Like so, like I feel like I have that good charm of my dad. The bad, the addiction personality.
Okay.
You feel me? I feel like that would be the only bad is just the addiction personality.
So I think this question is mad dope because we got the same dad, and so I'm gonna start with the good qualities. He has a
Because
great
you
heart.
look just like him.
He has a great heart. No matter him not being there, anytime he was around, only people that mattered was us. He
Mhm.
never disrespected our mom in front of us. He never made us feel unsafe around him. So I would just say having a good heart is definitely a good quality that we both
Absolutely.
share. And a bad quality, I gotta
Stomach.
trying to trying to I would say our ability to completely shut down. Like I can get into a zone where I completely shut down. I think that's a good
Yeah.
and bad quality because I know
Yeah,
in
no,
a certain
exactly.
way, I know if he gets to that level, what he could bring
Yeah.
out, and I know if I get to that level, what I could bring out. So it could be, I would say, a bad quality when it comes in terms of being in a relationship. Because
Yeah.
my wife, I feel like my ability to shut down completely, so I could, so it could go either way.
Mhm.
All right, let's see if we have any other questions. Ari said, women can't raise boys into men. They will always find a guy in their life to get attached to follow in their footsteps.
That's
I
a
think
lot.
I think that I think it can go either way because I mean our mom knew
Yeah.
that she couldn't teach us different things. She knew that our uncle could teach me how to continue on the right path, and she knew that he could teach you how to get out of it because he lived both lives. So I think
But I feel not to cut you off, but
no,
I feel like nah, that's not true because I personally didn't learn much from males in some aspect because
okay.
I always go off with what my mother says.
Mm-hmm.
To this day, whatever my mother feels or what my mother says, I still feel like that's the right feeling, or I gotta do this. But there's times that I step out and be a man, and she has to understand me.
That
You
you're
feel me?
legally, yep.
Exactly, you feel me? So it goes both ways, but I feel like nah, like I don't not saying that I didn't pay attention to the male that was around me, but
Yep.
like nah, like my mom, I felt like my mom. I felt like I learned
Yeah, I
everything
mean
through my mom. Like
everything.
that's the
Yep.
only person even playing sports, like my mom was the one pushing me to do this. Even when I wanted to give up on sports, she's just like, no, like no man came into my life like, no, you're
Yeah.
not gonna quit sports. Like, nah, like my mom made sure that I played football. Like, even though I love basketball, like she made sure that I still played sports even when I wanted to quit. Like, nah, like you don't give up. No
Yep.
matter what, you don't want to play for this team, but you're not gonna quit. Like
Facts.
so, I just feel like nah, like your
What's
mom
up,
could really
Ma?
do.
Ma just commented. What's up? All right.
Sup, best
So,
friend?
so Kai just said, I believe in my ability to raise two black sons because of the black men they are surrounded by. Children absolutely need male figures to support and guide them into being competent adults. I think
Mhm.
right now in the world that we live in, I will totally agree.
Yeah,
Because of the way that people raise
the
their kids,
world
because
is
the world is different. I think growing up for us, like you just said, we didn't have that. Our mom never made us feel like we needed it because she figured it out. And when she was wrong, she would tell us. You know how hard it is for a
exactly,
single mom or four to admit to her kids that I messed up, I was wrong. You know what
exactly,
I'm saying? But anytime she was
exactly.
wrong, she let us know. So I think
Mhm.
that's the difference between how we was raised 20 years ago to how people raise their kids now. But I definitely think right
Oh
now,
yeah, no, it's
children,
definitely different.
yep,
The youth is different, and and I say that in a good and a bad way because like the youth now, the parents are more soft because they feel like, oh, my kids didn't have that, and they feel like they gotta like,
yeah.
no, no, and that's where we get it. They feel like they're entitled to a lot, like, oh, I can do this, and my mom's gonna get me out, or my dad, like, no,
Mhm.
like it's just it's different. It's because we grew up in that era of gotta do it yourself, or this is how you do it. You gotta stand on your own. And I feel like
I
that
pray
was
one day we bring that era back.
oh no,
All right.
I'm trying. I even got a lot of we need it back because
Listen.
what?
So, all
It's
right. So,
ridiculous.
so Yana said, I believe that it is situational because I was brought up with a father that was a substance abuse user at the time, and I feel like a lot of my trauma came from our relationship. I feel like I could have done without him in my life at that time. That is a great example on it being
Oh yeah,
situational because
absolutely.
if you're doing more good than bad, of course, as human, when we get older, we realize I didn't need you. You made it worse. You made my but I so
Exactly.
so to piggyback off that, as we can kind of say it, I would say my dad not being there on a consistent basis, it made us who we are. Overcoming those obstacles, we probably wouldn't be the people we are today if we had a two-parent household. Who knows where we would be? So I think every situation is unique in its own way, and I'm always just trying to be positive. So it's like,
I got a question for you.
hi, what's up?
Do you feel like if you had a two-parent household, your life and things would be different? So I have a piggyback off that question too.
Yes, I think we would have had. Obviously, our mom did whatever she could for us to the best of her ability. I think if we had a two-parent household that was consistent financially and present, I think our mom would have been able to set us up for success more. I think we probably wouldn't even be living where we are if we had a two-parent household, because she was always trying to provide for us in a different way. And,
Yeah, that lady did a lot.
you know what I mean? So I think if she had help, hell yeah, it would be different. You know what I'm saying? And she never made excuses. We never missed a Christmas. We never had an empty table at Thanksgiving. We never went without. We always had new clothes every school year. So, I mean, I think it may sound crazy to say, but I think we turned out maybe better than we would have. Who knows? You know what I mean? I have no, looking back at our childhood, I have no regrets on how we were raised.
I ain't gonna lie. You answered my, I ain't gonna lie. I didn't get to answer it, but you answered my other question. Because I don't feel like, the only thing different with us would be, well, for me would just be like you said, the financial situations of us being in better situations, because like you went to LaSalle and you had the situations in the simple fact that if we both could have went to LaSalle, if we had the money,
Yep.
more book smart than me than I was. I would have to go on
And let me
feel
tell
me?
you, my mom paid tuition for 4
What?
years.
Yeah, she did all four, boy.
Didn't miss a payment. When I turned 18, I still had a couple months left. I said, I got the last few payments for you.
Oh, fact.
She
She
didn't miss the
definitely
payment. I
did.
mean, we could sit here all day and talk about like what she's done, and it's just it's crazy. Looking back,
Crazy. Yeah, that's why
looking back at like
like
raising.
all the single moms that feel like they can't do it, I just be like, yo, I tell them all the time you can, because I seen what my mom did with you and Tabe at first before Autumn came. You feel me? Just the things like you got like you just gotta just have the you gotta just know what you gotta just have the confidence and the faith to take care of your children in my eyes. Like, 'cause I feel that single moms can do it, because like even people like not just singling myself out, like everyone looks at me like, oh, I did that, but everyone looks at me as a person who I really am, the man that I became. They always seen it. I just was dealing with the things that I was
I
dealing with
just
at the
like,
time.
and I'll even say this, like speaking like just in general to people, when I look back at how we were raised, I will say times are a lot harder for us as parents financially because the economy has changed.
What? It's expensive out here. Oh my
But,
gosh.
like when I see like single parents struggling, I I tell them, you got to talk to someone, you got to seek that guidance because no one is gonna come looking for you. You know.
Exactly.
All
And
right,
I'm learning with that now.
let's see. Ari said, does your mom have good men surrounding her? I would say when we were growing up, yeah, we had positive role models. My mom didn't play that. There was no one that was going to be around us that wasn't going to be
Yeah, no, I didn't play that. I ain't gonna lie, I didn't play that stepfather's thing.
Yeah,
Not
she didn't
saying
either.
that.
No, she didn't
Yeah,
either.
like we didn't play that. Like I just like I know who my dad
Oh,
was. Like
damn, I
every,
didn't even hold up. Mom commented. She said, I really didn't have a man just in my life. I had positive role models. My brother taught me a lot without saying much. See, like I said.
exactly. Yeah, you just exactly though.
Where's
You
he at?
just
He needs
oh
to
like
work on
nah.
his.
I didn't play that stepfather role, and not taking away from people that commend stepfathers. I
Mhm.
just feel like I know who my dad was. Like I'm like if you're dealing with my mom, you're dealing with my mom. That has nothing to do with you think you're gonna be my dad. You can be there for me, and like you give me like we have. I will respect you, but I don't have to call you my stepdad. That's just how I feel about it.
Yeah,
I shouldn't have
absolutely.
to call you my stepdad if I respect you, because there's gonna be a time that you may not be with my mom.
Yeah.
You get me?
And
Like there's gonna be a time now. Now you're gonna just be like, damn. Now you're gonna feel like you gotta have the responsibility. We just have that relationship. You just
yep.
respect me as a person. I respect you as a person.
Yep. All right. You guys got any more comments? Any more questions? Let's see. Mom said it was hard raising two males. My mom taught me so much. She never gave up on us. Absolutely. I mean, our support system was endless.
Oh yeah, I ain't
We
gonna lie.
really
My nana, and my support system, but my nana held it down for when things was rough with me and my mom. Because like again, like my mom had me at young and she had you. Like it was hard for my mom, but I never took the bad the bad we had. I never took that out on her. I never looked at her wrong. I never disrespected her or looked
Mhm.
at her any less. You get me? I was still my mom. Well,
Yep.
I tell people like my mom is my nana and my mom is my grandmother. It's the type of way. You get me?
Yeah,
Because my
yeah, yeah.
mom gives me everything. You get me? But my nana was, she just held that down as a mother, and she was learning too. You get me?
Yeah,
So, but
absolutely.
like my nana helped with my mom a lot, with me a lot,
Hmm.
especially with all of us. But with me personally, my nana held it down for me a lot, and that's why like.
So Ari
You
said,
don't, you don't need and me. This is me speaking as a male, and don't take it wrong, but like you don't need that male. It's just you need love.
yeah,
You just
yeah.
need love. You
And
ask me, you
I
just need
mean,
love.
and I'll keep going back to that Facebook post, and that's basically what people were saying. All right, so Ari said it'd be the little things too. For example, it's so hard teaching my son how to use the restroom since his dad's at work all day and night. I know for a fact my wife probably liked that comment because we talk about that all the time. It's the little things that we don't think about as fathers that
Exactly.
your partner has to go through. So, like you said, you're not in the house, but you're in the house. It can go either way.
Hmm.
So I definitely
No,
think
absolutely.
that was a great example. Uh, Jordan said, "How do you balance your own needs with the needs of your child?" I, me, and my wife probably won't agree with this.
Huh?
I am a firm believer of, you have to have a balance.
Yeah.
You also have to take into account where we cannot be at our best if we're stressed out, if we're, not taking time for ourselves. It doesn't have to be a long time, but I think it goes both ways for men and women. I know as men, we sometimes put too much on women that we don't realize. And I think, next week, me and Ari are really going to get into that topic on parenthood. But Jordan, to answer your question, how do you find the balance between your own needs and with your child? I would say we're at a point where we put our kids' needs first, and ours plays the back burner. And as long as it doesn't have to do with health, you know what I mean. Obviously, you have, like I said, I talk about it every day, being the best version of you. If you're not at your best, you're not going to be able to support a family. So you have to be
Absolutely.
in the best mindset in order to provide. If that helps a little bit. Kaja said the balance come. Oh, yep, the balance comes from having both parents. I mean, yeah, if you have someone riding it out with you, absolutely, that's how you get your balance.
Even yeah, because even like little things like you having a dad like using the bathroom as an example. Like
Hmm.
you have to teach a young how does a mom teach a young boy how to use the bathroom?
Yeah,
You feel me?
facts.
Like so it's like things like that. Like that's when like father figures and fathers play a big role. Just the little things, like you said, that's the little things. Like how does
Yep.
my son learn how do I teach my son how to use the bathroom? If I'm not a man. So now
Yeah.
he's looking
Yeah.
at me like you get me.
Mhm.
So like things like that, absolutely. Like you're gonna need father figures and fathers to be
No,
that.
definitely. All right, my people in the comments, I want you guys to answer the question: does a child need their father? A few people have already answered it, with saying they need love. A few people have said it's situational. My guy Junior, he's supposed to be. Oh, hold up. All right, Virginia said you do. Oh, hold on. This is a good comment. Hold up. You do need a male role model, but sometimes you learn from that elsewhere. For instance, If you're in jail, you came out a whole different person at SAP. So you maybe met some some role models from there. No matter how long it took for you to be at your lowest, and maybe seeing others lost seeing others lost their lowest, that you can also be in someone. So there could have been some kind of role model too. I'm referring to where you said you don't need a male, right?
I ain't gonna lie. Who said that question? Who
Uh,
said that
uh,
comment?
Virginia.
Hey yo, no, that was great
Yeah, that was
because
yeah.
I because I tell because I always tell people jail saved my life, and I
So
mean that
mhm.
because and that's when she says the male route like it saved my life because I was looking at things different. I was actually becoming a man. I'm not looking at things as a child no more where
Hold on
I'm
real quick,
trying to
right?
be in this. Mhm.
Junior, check your inbox. I'm gonna send you the invite so you can join the live. Go ahead,
I
bro.
I wasn't looking at things as a kid anymore. You get me? So now I'm not hanging around people my age while I'm in there. Now I'm
Yep,
looking at the people that's way older than me that's been doing this and that's
yep.
just teaching me how to become a man. Because
So
I ain't gonna lie, I became a man in jail if you ask me. So that was actually
So
I'm glad she said
Brittany, I don't
that.
know if you remember Brittany Fortes from AG Baller.
Yeah.
She said
Yeah, my
female,
dog.
female, raising a boy, girl. Is there a difference? She said, I love y'all both, AG all day. So basically she's asking if you're in a relationship and you have a boyfriend and you're a male, if you're in a relationship and you have a female and you have a girlfriend, is there a difference? And I would say no. I would
Can you
say
say that? Can you say the question one more
yeah.
time?
So she said, is there a difference between two males raising a boy or a girl or two females raising a boy or a girl? It's a great question.
No, no, I don't.
I don't think
No,
there is.
because like I said, like I didn't. I grew up with a single mom. I
Facts.
became who I am with a single mom. I'm the person who I am because of single mom, not taking the things from my dad, but he wasn't there as much as my mom was there. My mom said to this day. Now
Facts.
she still yells at me for not calling her, checking in with her. Like so things like that. Like no, it does it doesn't matter. No,
Yep.
it doesn't
And
matter.
let me see. Jordan said, I admit at times not having my dad and an older brother here anymore is difficult because they were my male role model. So I turned to God as a safe place. Absolutely.
Ooh, I got
Especially if you grew up, right? You grew up with having that father and that older brother to look up to. So not having it, right? Where do you turn? Because I also think, right, people are getting this question a little mixed up. Do kids need their father? Um, just like when you become an adult, you don't stop being a kid to someone. If you know what I mean. So
exactly.
I don't
No,
understand. And I
and I'm
think,
glad you said that. I am 29 years old. I got into a situation. I'm gonna put the situation on. I was 29 years old, and that was the first time in my life that I felt like I needed my father.
yep,
I've been through a lot of stuff. Even me going down to the situation, me going down to jail and stuff. I never asked for my dad. You get me? But there was a point in time that I was an adult as a grown man.
yep.
I felt like I needed my father. And so it's more like I said from the beginning, it's more than a want than a need.
And that's why I think people really need to understand that, where it's not just kids growing up, it's men, little girls. Like you don't just stop being a kid to your parents. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
Uh, Someone else said kids need consistency, period. Yeah, I mean consistency
No, exactly.
is key, Um but yeah, like I said, this question is not just a one or be all. It really depends on the situation that you're in. It depends um in what terms you're talking about it. Any other questions? I know Junior's trying to join right now because he got some things he wants to say. Let's see. No other questions, guys? I don't know what Junior's doing.
Probably got one of them Android
Uh,
phones.
yep. And then Ari said, "Yep. Any age you need your father. Absolutely. You do not.
Absolutely. Yeah,
Absolutely.
no. It's more than it's a want to me.
Yeah. I mean,
It's a want. It's definitely a want because it's a family because there's times like I said, everybody succeeds without a dad. You get me? But they want that. Like everybody sees what they see on TV. Like everybody wants a two-parent household. I don't care what
yep.
nobody says. That's what we all. That's what we see. That's the fairy tale. That's what we see. Everybody would love a two-parent household. So I
Yep.
feel like it's a want.
Someone else said true because a dad can be there and not be consistent at all, and that's more damaging if you ask me. Absolutely.
Exactly.
Yep.
Absolutely. Don't come in and out of my life. This is I me personally I like consistency. That's just how I am. Like I just like consistency. Don't be in and out of my life. Now you're just playing with my mental. That's not fair.
Hold on. He can't join. 1 second, Junior. I don't know what this is doing. Oh, hold on. Oh, Ma asked a question. She said, "If would you change anything about your childhood?"
Um, I'm not gonna lie, no. I mean, yeah, only I would change my dad being there, and that's just for the sports aspect because it would be cool. My mom was, but my mom don't like basketball at all. But my basketball game, she was there. Was she
Mhm.
cheering as much as she was in football, as much as she liked it? No, of course not. But she
Hell,
was there.
hell no, she wasn't.
You feel me? She was there. But like I just like I would just love that, of course, like to have my dad witness me playing the sports and seeing what everybody's seen to this day. Like you get me, I just me playing sports. That would be the only thing that I change. Like me, like me waking up to my dad in the morning, like it's cool and shit. Like it's cool,
Mhm.
but like I just got to the point like I don't care. Like you get me like that. Like my mom was there the whole time. I just
Yo,
wish that it was just what's up, my
So,
boy?
it's good,
so,
bro.
so, so,
It's
so
good, Trey.
Taya said, I feel like it becomes more of a want as you get older rather than a need because there are fathers, like you said, that be in and out because causes more damage than they contribute to growth. And yeah, I mean, it definitely becomes a want. Like you said, everyone wants to have their dad around, everyone wants to have their mom around. So I think, yeah,
Exactly.
like she said, as you get older, absolutely, it becomes more of a
Because
want.
that's what we're presented
But
to in the
right.
world.
I mean, it could be both ways though, because it could be a want and a need, you know.
Hmm.
Uh,
Absolutely.
Hold up real quick. Peep, right? I'm gonna let you shit. Let me drop my 2 cents in this right quick. Peep, y'all know the purpose and the reason of a mother and a father. Let's start there. As a human being, do you know the purpose of a mother and a father? So boom,
hit us
right?
up.
No.
The purpose of a mother and a father is right. A father is a disciplinary. So if you have no disciplinary, because for example, I'm pretty sure you niggas can agree to this. The older you niggas got, the less y'all niggas start fearing your father. I was raised by my dad. I was 17 years old. I'm big as fuck. I've always been bigger than my dad. My dad's like 5'6", bro. And that nigga put the fear of God in me, bro. There's a difference, but there's levels to this shit. I don't care how gangster your mom is, bro. But the minute you start pissing your bed, bro, and you start feeling yourself as a man, bro, whatever your mom says when you was like in your teenagers growing up, bro, that shit's not like that's a majority of men. They're not listening to their mother, bro.
Nah,
So yeah,
he's
you
right.
need your father, bro.
No, but
Even a stepdad, bro.
that's
Even a
not
stepdad,
true
nigga.
though.
Nah,
That's
peep, bro.
not
A
true though.
majority of men, bro. For me, bro, I've witnessed it,
Majority, all
bro.
right, majority of it.
A
Oh.
majority, not all. I'm not gonna say all because some niggas love their mother and they. Know what I'm saying, but a majority of men, bro, once they hit a certain age gang, they not listening to their mother, bro. So they need their dad to like be like, yo, like I gotta be
Nah,
humble for my
but
dad's passing.
nah.
On
But
you. You
let
feel
me let
me?
me cut you off. No, that's not also true though,
Go
because
ahead.
you get to a certain age where you're just not listening to your parents at all.
But you
We
gonna listen to your
all
dad.
as
But you gonna listen.
all as men. When you become 15, I say even 13. We'll start at 13. You stop feeling
13, yo,
yourself.
yo,
We stop feeling ourselves.
yo.
We stop feeling like we're the man. You get me? Especially with there's no kids on here. We start having sex. You
Exactly. So you're
start
not gonna
feeling
listen to
yourself. You
my
feel me?
dad, bro.
We're not listening to nobody, not even my dad.
That's crazy. I don't know
I'm
about
on here
you,
having
bro. But I'm
but
listening
now
to my dad.
I've just seen it. I've just seen it. It's just I just feel like men, boys, when you get to that certain age, you just feel like you're that man.
Facts.
You get me?
Until
You
your
feel
dad
like
says you
you.
not, bro. I'm trying to tell you, gang. Until your dad be like,
Mhm.
all right, you're that nigga, prove you're that nigga, bro. I'm telling you, bro. I've been there, done that, bro. I tried my dad, bro. And I'm bigger than my dad. I've been bigger than my dad since I came out my mother, bro. But that's my dad. So
Mhm.
psychologically, bro, there's no man in this world that holds an apex to my father, bro. No nigga is like, I'm never gonna ever look at no nigga like my dad, bro. No stepfather, no role model,
Mhm.
nobody but my dad, bro. And I'm
So
telling you,
Mhm.
that man like being a father and raising and like investing into me like growing up, bro, there's like a certain level of respect you get too, like you won't give nobody else. It's like it's different, bro. Like I
Absolutely.
was
yep.
like, and I was raised with both my parents. I was in Jamaica with my mother, and my dad came to America to make a better life for his kids and shit. I'm telling you from experience, like when my mom would say some shit to me and I'm a little kid, bro, my own mom ain't doing shit. Cause moms are more, I'm saying
Because you had
they're
that. They're
softer,
more
you feel
nice.
me?
They're more nice.
So
Yeah,
You feel me?
because
so
So
you
like
had
so
the both. Yeah,
so
yeah,
and
yeah,
that
yeah.
and that as a young person, bro, that like builds up like your ability to respect authority, bro. So like the younger you start listening to your parents, bro, the better you off as a human
Huh?
being when you get older type shit. You feel me? So like, and then even still
No
too, bro,
weed.
we talking about do we need our dads, bro? Statistically proven, single fathers do better than single mothers, bro. Why? Because one, biologically, genetically speaking, we carry both chromosomes, X and Y chromosomes, so we can provide, protect, and nurture our kids. Let's start there, bro. And then females, females are great. Again, my mom raised me for a couple years by herself. I'll never take nothing from a single mother, bro. But my dad did it better because he was a man, bro. Like he's just, I don't know, bro. Like that's just
Nah,
me.
I only, yeah, no, exactly. You can't
so
say that.
I think it goes both ways, right? Because you're
Mhm.
the perfect person to discuss this topic because you grew up with
Right.
your
With both.
dad. You know what I'm saying? So you can speak to stuff that we can't because, but what I can say is you are right. There's not a man, including my dad, that puts fear in me. But I know for a fact, even with just my kids, they're young. I don't beat them,
But they
but if I give them that look,
it's over with.
so you know
That's
what
my
I'm saying.
point, bro.
So
That's my
so
point.
I do
Mhm.
understand what you're saying in that aspect. And it's a great topic because, like I said, you grew up with having that consistency in a father. Now, growing up, my mom's was always the smallest person in the room, but wasn't nobody fucking with her. You know what I'm
Nah,
saying?
facts.
Oh,
So,
That's a fact.
crazy. Well, I ain't gonna lie. I ain't gonna
That's
lie.
on point,
I'm
bro.
gonna
That's a
tell a
fact.
story. Let me tell a story. My mom is 4'11". I did something. I probably got something. Did something in school. Sitting in front of my sink, and she's just yelling and she's just yelling. But like I'm nervous, so she like flinches at me. And man, listen, I put my hands up to act like I was scared. She thought I was trying to hit her. And when I mean, she beat the hell out of me. But I was, mind you, I'm bigger than my mom at this time. Like, I'm already in high school. Like, I'm already, like, you get me? Like, I know, like, physically, I know she can't beat me. But, like, I was scared. I ain't gonna lie. I was scared. I'm like, I ain't trying to hit you. Like, what you doing? Like, call my
Would
uncle and everything.
would you say you were afraid, or was you afraid that would you say that you were afraid of the outcome of like if you were to retaliate because you love and respect your mom?
Nah.
Like you were
Hell no. I
genuinely
was
afraid?
I think
I was scared. Nah, I was scared of her, nigga. I ain't never seen her do
yeah,
that.
yeah,
I'm like,
because
yeah,
you
yeah.
never,
Like,
you
she,
never
cause she
really.
felt like cause she felt like I was trying to play her.
Right.
You feel me? Like, nigga, like, you ain't got no dad. Like, I'm the mom. Like, you think cause you're bigger than me, like, nigga, like,
Trying to
you're in
get you off.
trouble. Like, you get it. I was really scared. It's not like, cause I would never, ever in my life put my hands on my mom. Never. There would never be a situation. I'm gonna look at my mom and I'm just gonna want to bang her or something or slap her. There's just no way. You get me? I'm genuinely scared of my mom. Like she not saying that she put that. I respect her that much. I respect her if I'm looking at as my dad.
Right.
Like
Give
Julius,
me him laying the law down, like her laying the law down. Like nigga, I
to,
respect my
to
mom in that
piggyback off
aspect.
you, was you afraid of your father because you respected him and you would never put your hands on him, or was you really afraid of him? Like, this
Afraid
nigga
of him
could
because
breaks off me. You know what I'm saying? So it's the same thing, man. You know what I'm saying? So in that situation, how would you have handled it? Like, are you really afraid of your dad, or do you respect him enough that he puts that fear in you?
So for me, I genuinely believe it's like a mixture of both. I'm gonna keep it a buck with you.
nigga, you scared. That
Nah,
nigga,
nah.
bro.
When I was
Listen, hold
younger,
on.
yeah,
Let me
bro.
cut you off
When
real
I was
fast.
younger, yeah.
We gotta look at it like this, bro. Look it. I am 20. Like I said, I'm 30. Me and damn, you get me? I ain't gonna lie. I see a 50-year-old really trying to get up on me. I'm going into kid mode. You get me?
That's because
That's
of the
just
respect
that.
you have for her, though, bro. Because you know
You
you
get
could.
me? Nah,
I,
nah. I'm
I,
talking about as a man. I'm talking about with men, bro. It's a different. Like when you're looking at grown men's strength that just been here longer, the wisdom and things, bro. You just respect it as their dad. Like you said, nigga, you was always bigger than your dad, nigga. You wasn't scared of your dad for real, but you know that he's a grown man and he has the wisdom and he's been here longer. Like, nah, this nigga really might get up on me.
it
That's
wasn't
just
even
is
that,
what
bro.
it is.
For
You
me, bro,
feel
I'm gonna
me?
keep it a buck
Like,
with you. I'm gonna keep it a buck with you, bro. I don't know if it's just
mhm,
me, bro, but what kept me in line the most as a kid growing up, bro, was I hated disappointing my father because like I always wanted to
mm.
impress my father. So like I never really did shit to discipline. I'm saying so it wasn't really even a fair thing. It was just that I just always wanted to
Didn't
like
want the
impress that
disappointment.
nagga. So like I
Yeah.
always tried to do what's right. You feel
Did
me?
you feel like the same way with your mom too though? Like did you
With
want to not?
my mom was so much more accepting, bro, that like I felt as if I fucking became a Satanist, bro, my mom would accept me. You feel me? But I'm
Yeah,
gonna
like
keep it
what
a
I
buck
should
with you.
let you get away with
You
murder. Like
feel
you
me?
just
With my
feel like
father, it wasn't like that. Like my father was like, "Yo, you're gonna be this." Now I'm saying so. Like there was like structure, there was regulations, there was rules and shit, and that's what kept me in check. And like that just made me like, you know what I'm saying? Like I wouldn't even really say fair, bro, because like it was more like respect. But I never really fed that man high key. Like when I was younger, like as a kid, before I hit like 13 years old, I would say I fear him. But like after 13 and up, bro, I wouldn't fear that man. But I respect him. I was trying to impress him. You feel me? So that's just that for me. But again, everybody like was raised different, have different life experiences and shit. But the whole topic of this shit is, bro, yeah, kids need their daddy, bro. 100%. I wish one
I
of these
just
females talking about females do better. No, you do not. Single mothers
yo,
do
bro,
not.
but you can't
So
say that.
what I
Tell
will
that to
say, so
Tell that to the
I only feel
statistics.
like I only feel like that because again, me and my brother, me speak more than my brother than me. You feel me? Because nigga, we didn't have a. I have a way better relationship with my dad than my brother. Like, it's that simple. You get
Right.
me? Like, it's just that simple. Like my dad come around, he see my brother would be like, "What up?" and keep it moving. Me, I'm more invested into my father. That's just
Right,
who
right,
I
right.
am. You get me? That's just is what it is. Bro, he just he didn't need that. You get me? Look at everything. He got two kids. He's still in school. Like he got a lot going on.
All right. Who,
He didn't
Pop,
need that
so
structure.
what I
Pop, who
will
was your role
say,
model? Who was your role
so
model growing up? Like, who was your role model
I
growing
got
up?
Odufinati. That was it.
That's why I be trying to tell these people, bro.
So
I be trying to tell everybody this.
Junior, what I will say, right? I do not think it is appropriate for women who have not had the luxury of having
Mm,
a two-parent household to say women do it better if you've
Right.
never had the
exactly.
experience to do it
Ex-
better.
Right.
So I will
Facts.
agree with you on that.
exactly.
I don't think it's appropriate
Facts.
for women to say they do it better when there are men in a two-parent household that bust their ass for their kids. I
Exactly.
will agree with you on that. Now, for those single moms who do it by themselves, we will never downplay what you do, but I don't think it's appropriate to say women do it better until you've done it both ways. Because any human being,
Exactly.
being a mother, being a father, whatever, if you have two people doing it with you, it's equal. The mom's always naturally going to take on more because that's just, unfortunately,
The
the
motherly, that's
father,
just
like,
is what
like the father has to provide. He got to go to work. But I do agree. I do not think it's appropriate to say that women do it better when you haven't experienced it. So I definitely would. But for me, growing up, it was just my mom. We had males around, like my uncle, we had tours
my
like
uncle
Mark.
had his
Like,
own kids.
Yeah.
You
So
get me?
like,
Mark, I ain't gonna lie, that Mark Behe was the only male role model in my life. And he never looked at me like he was my dad. You get me? He honestly just
we tag
it,
Randall
it
up.
just it just navigated. It just worked out well. Like he's seen something in me that I didn't see in myself at that time. I met him when I was in the fourth grade. I still know his same number to this day when I was in the fourth grade. You feel me? It was just that he just gave a light to me that I
Let
didn't
me
see
see
in
these
myself.
women
That I
who
didn't see in another male. Not saying that my uncle wasn't there, you get me? My uncle was into music, you get me? So like my uncle was just different. Me with being with Mark, I love basketball. I didn't know my uncle liked basketball because we didn't never talk about basketball because my uncle was a pastor at the time and he liked music. So that was just my interest until he ran a basketball league. I'm like, oh, you like basketball? Then that's when different connections had became
right.
a part.
So these women are in these comments going crazy. But
I
what I will
believe
tell
it.
you is everything you guys are saying is definitely valid. But some of these things that you're saying, I'm a screenshot because it's definitely gonna roll into next week's topic with me and Ari, and we talk about how it is being a parent and the changes you go through becoming a parent. So y'all ladies save that. Stay on topic though.
Please. Please. Please.
But no, and looking at it, right, like how kids are raised today, right?
They need their ass
How,
whooped by their daddy.
nah,
What's going on?
you
I
right.
no. Kids need their ass whipped. Period. Period. Kids need ass whippings,
If
bro.
daddy
I
was
don't
around,
know
you wouldn't
who
have no
told
young
these
niggas.
parents. I don't know who told these parents, oh, you gonna go to jail for beating your kid. Yeah,
Nah,
I
you
don't know
gotta
who told them that.
whoop
I
that
don't know.
ass. Whoop that
Yo,
ass.
what belt to ass, bro? Because I be looking at these young kids, I'm like, yo, even like the little things like swearing in front of your parents.
Parents, that
I
blows me.
never in my
Never,
life,
ever,
yo,
ever.
I just started, I had to become 18 to even stop trying to swear in front of my mother. You
Facts.
feel me? Like there was just no,
Trying.
you just
Facts.
trying to say
Facts.
little things like, bitch,
Cringe.
that bitch is clean. It's
Cringe.
little things, you get
but
me? Like,
but
there's no
but
way, bro.
as parents, right? And it's kind of weird because for the most part, growing up, kids who were raised with us, you've seen them brought up right. We really didn't have a bunch of bad
Exactly.
little niggas running around. So
No, bro.
it
I
also
feel like
it
that.
speaks to our generation of how we're parenting. We got to do a better job.
Way
Because
better.
it's us. It's only the people between the ages of 25 and 34 raising those kids that we see. So we got to do a better job because if our parents brought us up right, and this is the product that you're presenting, one, it's not too late to turn it around, but we have to
No,
do a
and,
better
and
job.
it'd be crazy. It'd be the parents that like I grew up with you people, right? You didn't grow up like this.
Harry, that's because you're Spanish. It's different. You could cuss in front of your parents at like 8.
Yeah, you was drinking
Yeah,
Coronas at
yeah.
9
You
on
was
9
drinking
on
Corona. I'm about to
Clubhouse.
say that. What were
You
you?
was
What
drinking
were you talking
Shotzi
about?
88 and
Spanish?
shit.
I
Yeah,
got a lot.
nah.
The Spanish culture
It's
is
a little
different,
different.
But
but
they
they
raise
they
their kids.
actually more family oriented,
Yep.
and
They are. And
they
I love
really
that.
have you
That's a
set
fact.
for life.
Yep.
You
Facts.
get me? Like they
Facts.
will rarely. You get me? And I commend that about them. You get me?
100%.
Like they are definitely
Facts.
very family
I was gonna
oriented,
say
and they
Facts.
do. Bro,
there's not much one.
they have you
There's
set
not.
for life, like you
There's not much
to
one
prepare for
parent.
life.
There's not much one parent Spanish households, and if there are,
No, that's,
mom is
That's what I'm
holding it
saying.
down.
Their biggest is
yeah,
family.
no, I ain't gonna lie, yeah,
Yeah,
no, for real.
And the
yeah.
greatest thing
I ain't
about
gonna lie,
that too,
Mama
bro,
owns two properties.
a
She's
Spanish
by
dad will get the
herself.
crib and have 7 different families and hold that shit down, bro.
No, for real.
Yo, because they're trying,
They know how
they
important it
hustle.
is to have a man in the house.
Exactly,
No, that's
bro,
facts.
exactly,
That's facts. That's
exactly
facts.
though, exactly. They no, it's not even that. It takes a village.
Yeah,
It takes more than one. It just is what it
Yeah, it
is,
takes
bro.
a
It just
village.
takes more than one, bro. It just
and
does.
I really think it's important for us newer parents. I mean, it's a little different because people always tell me, I was born before my time, but people will joke and say it, but I just really think like our kids
I
are.
don't know. We was 90s babies. I
Yeah,
feel like anything
if you
anything from
really
2000 early,
It's
but
like
poop,
if you really
garbage.
you just in
but
that
if you
bullshit.
really look at like I see a lot of kids who are my daughter's age, their parents are my age, and we raise our kids completely different. I think a lot of us younger parents need to do a better job at reaching out to people and using their support system. If you don't have a support system,
Yeah,
find
that and
there's
that's
no
everybody's problem now.
there's
Everyone's scared to ask for help.
and
Everyone
there's
feels like they gotta
no
be
like
embarrassed if they need help. Like that's
Fuck that.
there's
crazy to me.
there's no handbook on how to be a parent. I don't like and but we also have to be more open to listening to our parents because I know a lot of people who don't listen to their parents who know what they're talking about. And now even if it doesn't align with the way you parent, if you were raised right and your parent is giving you some type of advice when it comes to your children, whether you want to take it or not, acknowledge it.
Listen,
There's no reason to get into
exactly
an argument with your parent about the advice they're
about
giving you
parenting.
because now you're doing the same thing your kid is doing. And where did they get it from?
You.
And
You
But keep the
exactly.
biggest thing you said in that sentence, bro, was acknowledge it. Once you
that's
acknowledge
it.
something,
Exactly.
you
That's it.
retain it. That's a big. I
And
love
your
that you said
parent will
that.
stop bothering you once you acknowledge it. If you get into a back and
Bro,
forth, just acknowledge it.
hallelujah.
Well, hey,
Nigga,
like, well, I used
nigga,
to go.
god damn it.
Me and my mom used to go at it. But once, like, I get again, prison. Me being in prison opened my eyes and got to really sit down and acknowledge
Yep.
and listen. That's
Yep.
one thing prison took from me is I got to sit. One, I was sober, and two, I got to listen. I got to reflect on things and listen. You
Hmm.
get me? You get to really listen to your parents, and you get to. It's different. You got to. I ain't gonna lie. Me and my mom's relationship. Everyone's like, "Oh, you and your mom was best friends." Yeah, me and my mom always been best friends, but they don't know what was going behind closed doors. You feel me? They don't know. But me being in jail these past my that 3 years I just did jail, our relationship is way better because now I'm listening to her, but she's also listening to me now. Now we have that communication, and that's another thing. We have to communicate with our kids. It's just is what it is. We have to communicate with our kids. We have to. We they need to feel safe with us. And my kids can't come to me and talk. I talk to my mom about everything.
Me too. Absolutely.
Everything. I
Me
talk to
too.
my mom about everything. That's just it's what it is. She knows everything because you have to communicate with them. They have to feel safe with you. Like if I had that if my dad was around, I'd probably talk to my dad about everything too. I would have two different ears. You get me? That would be more better than a female ear and a male ear. It's always good to have two different perspectives. You feel me?
And
Because your
I
mom,
and,
oh,
and I
like you said, bro. Like you said, bro. Junior. Like you said, your mom's gonna be biased. Your mom's gonna be biased. Your mom's gonna
especially if
always
that
let you
nigga
get
was
away
a
with
man.
murder. Yeah,
Especially
exactly. Your mom's gonna be biased.
Fact.
Your mom's gonna be biased. So
keep
it's
on
like
that
it's
nigga
just
for. He ain't been
yeah,
around me all
exactly. Fucking we
years.
know it. Exactly.
Oh,
So it's just
facts.
like it's definitely like you just need that communication with your kids. You need to. You need to. You
No,
need to.
facts, facts.
You need to. Because that's what got me to where I am with my mom now. We communicated. We communicated. It wasn't always easy. Nothing's always easy. But
No,
you
for real.
communicate. Communicate. Oh,
Absolutely. All right. Yeah, you just went crazy in these comments. I'm trying to catch up, bro.
well, I grab my charger.
Let's see. Let's see. Any other questions? Let me
Let me
see.
go.
Chelsea said social media definitely corrupted this younger generation and those tablets, which nothing against them, just be involved and track what your child is consuming. Most of the stuff they are learning is from online and trends, just growing up ahead of time. And I absolutely agree. Do not let the
110% fact.
iPad raise your kids. My kids, the only thing they got to watch is YouTube Kids, and we still, go to the tablets
Yeah,
because
no,
sometimes
yeah. That
some,
iPad,
uh, some things
that's different to me.
some things
I
on
didn't have
YouTube
that.
Kids, will slip through the cracks, and make sure you're controlling that screen time. It's definitely effective on your kids. If you're in public and your kid is on your phone walking around because they don't got the iPad, who's the problem? So I definitely
Exactly.
think that's concerning. Yeah, it's
I ain't
easy.
even gonna lie. I'm trying to get off. I ain't gonna lie.
It's
I'm
easier to
dirty.
just
I'm
say,
trying.
"Hey, here,
I
take this
yeah, cause I
tablet."
be doing
All
it
the
too,
time.
and I
Yeah,
be trying to get off it
it's
because I
tough.
just be like, this is enough. Like the
So
phone is crazy.
Yana said, "So as a single parent, it's hard to be a disciplinarian and expect my son to open up to me. How do I have him feel comfortable to me to talk about anything?" So I definitely think as a single parent, you definitely have to find that balance because I think as we got older with the single parent, it definitely was tough. Like if you're getting
Exactly.
belt to ass
All
every
the
once in
time.
a while,
Well,
and
my
then
mom,
you gotta
I ain't gonna like Ma, you're going to jail because I'll never forget. Matter of fact, I was coming home from a basketball game. I played great too. I go in the
I
house, sweaty as hell.
I think
Switch.
I think to answer
But
how
you
old this
gotta
question
just
that was, I think that comes with time, high key. I think the older the
yeah,
kid,
no, it takes it. And you
but
gotta
like
the
the
key
older your
word
child
is
gets,
patience. It's
the
how
older your
patience.
much?
child gets,
But so right,
the
so
more
and
they realize the borderlines of shit that you spaz on them for. So like, if a kid knows like he does some shit wrong, but like he
mhm.
really wasn't wrong, and like he knows your stance on it, he'll be like, all right, I'm comfortable enough to tell mom or dad this. But if they, I'm saying like it all depends on the older they get and like your relationship with them.
Patience,
Because
yeah.
again, like my dad was like he was strict as fuck, but at the same time, if
Mhm.
I did some fuck shit, I'll let him know because like we had that relationship. You feel me? But it got better with time.
I definitely will say it gets better with time, but I guess it's a tricky situation, especially if your kid is 16, 17 and you're going through that. So how do you really navigate that? So I hear that for sure.
Yeah, no, that's tough. That's tough.
You gotta put the work in early though.
Early fact. That's where it starts
You
from when
have
you're
to put
young. You
the
got to
work
build that
in
relationship when you're
early.
young.
You can't
But
just think, oh, one day you're gonna wake up
Yeah,
and my kid's gonna be comfortable.
that
No.
takes time.
It took my I know it took my mom time. It had
that's
to, you
what
get me?
that's what
Because we
she
go
said. Ma's comment, Tiana, was I'll say I took the time to listen. I grew
exactly.
up so she said I grew up like do what you're told and don't talk back. But she said listen, give him the space and ask questions, but don't push too hard. Absolutely. Absolutely.
Exactly. Because it's like
Because I mean I even told
I ain't gonna lie. Parenting can be so simple if everybody just be patient. You
yes
get
and
me?
no.
It's just
So I
that's
have
how I feel. And
so
that's me talking with no
so
kids.
I have seen from like the way like we were raised and the way like I'm trying to raise my kids, and I see like my daughter, right? She's very smart. She asks a lot of questions, and a lot of adults who she was around would say, "Oh, how come you're answering all her questions? She needs to be in a child's place." I'm like, because she's asking
No,
because she's smart and knowledgeable. If I answer her questions,
exactly.
she's not going to keep asking over and over again. Now, there's certain questions if you don't want to answer because they're a child, then you tell them, "I'll tell you when you're older," or you give them a different answer. But if you dismiss what a child is saying and you're not listening to them, they're going to find the answer or they're going to shut
Yeah,
down when the
exactly.
time comes. So I definitely
People
think,
gotta realize children are smart. Like we were smart at a point. Like you get me like when we can't talk, but like our parents is looking at us while we're walking or trying to figure out words or going to grab what we get. Like kids are smart.
yep,
Kids ain't they see like what kids ain't dumb. Kids I ain't gonna lie, a 5-year old taught me was it I think a year and a half ago that the moon was a crescent. Half a moon was a crescent. I didn't know that, bro. I thought
Nigga,
half
you
a
don't
moon
watch
was half
TV,
a moon.
motherfucker.
that
No,
nigga
bro,
don't watch
I
TV.
don't. Bro. Clearly, I don't.
That nigga
I
don't watch
like you get
TV.
me like a kid, like to this day, I know
Kids
that
are,
because of a child.
kids are
Right.
You
smart,
feel
man.
me? Just a little things, bro. Children are smart.
What I
You
will
feel
say,
me?
right now that we're on the topic of talking about kids and acknowledging them, for like any single moms out there who are
Huh?
doing it by themselves, like my mom just said,
I,
listen to your
a
kids,
year ago at the time. It's why.
especially if you're doing it on your own and you're saying like the father's not around. You have to listen. Everything your kids say doesn't need to be reacted with discipline. A lot of parents sometimes are more reactive than proactive, and I think that's because you're going full speed, you're cooking dinner, you're doing laundry, you're getting the kids out the door in time for school, you're doing it all on your own. But you have to understand that your kids sometimes You take that extra 5 minutes to talk to your kids, that can make your day. They could say something within
Exactly.
that 2-minute conversation that totally change your perspective on something. Our kids watch us like hawks. I mean,
Exactly.
they probably know our body language more than we know our body language because they're around us. So for those single moms out there doing it on your own and you don't have that extra support, listen to your kids. Take that extra 2 minutes because they might teach you something. For real. For real.
Patience and listen.
Absolutely.
And I keep going back for patience. It takes the time, patience.
For
Yeah, we
sure.
all know we don't have a lot of time here, but your kids, bro, you gotta have the patience. You gotta have the patience.
That might be my word of the day tomorrow. Patience. I gotta say.
Patience. I got that tatted. I got it. I got patience tatted on my
That
chest.
might be the word
Like,
of the day
yeah, like,
tomorrow.
yo, patience. I'm trying to, and I'm only saying that because, like, there was times that, like, I had my dad in my life, and he messed up, and like, I could have been like, oh, I hate you, da 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 da. It took
Mhm.
patience, you get me? Because 10 years later, I got to experience what I wanted to experience with him, and it happened, you get me? I just took the patience instead of saying I hated him,
Yep.
and you get me, and me neglecting him, it came back around. You gotta just have the patience and faith and patience. I don't know if anybody what their religion's status is, but me personally, patience and faith is what God is gonna get you through, especially with your kids. Especially kids being with your parents, have the patience and faith with your parents. You have to communicate with your parents.
Yep. My
You
guy
have to
Keith
have the
said, yep.
patience though with your parents
My
too.
guy Keith said heavy on patience is key for sure. Especially with these younger kids, man. They will teach you a lot. And
Yo,
my
I'm
daughter,
trying to tell
I
you.
mean, patient, you have to.
What?
I mean, you have to. You have
Yo, you
to.
have to have the patience, bro.
You
You
have
have
to.
to have patience. You gotta have the patience. Because if you don't have patience, you're gonna we're gonna be having this conversation again. Do kids need their father? You gotta just
Nah, for
you
real.
stairs, your family. You gotta. It takes time, and people feel like when you're so ahead of your time, some people think like I don't have time, and I had to. When I came home, I felt like I didn't have time. I
Facts.
didn't have
Mhm.
time, but I have to. Like, yo, you gotta have patience. Like, you gotta be calm. Like, if you have the faith and patience, you're gonna be okay.
Facts. Facts.
Just in life, period. Just in life, period. Patience and time and faith. That's it. That's all I say.
All right, guys. Any other questions for us? I mean, this was
This was
dope,
great.
man. I mean,
Yeah.
well, an hour and 17 minutes in, I didn't even realize that. We just getting started. Like I said before the show, because we're gonna be wrapping it up soon. I'm gonna share our lineup with you guys again, and all these motherfuckers on the screen. I gotta bump y'all out the way. Like I said, but next week at 9 p.m. Monday, I got my sis Ari coming on. We're going to be talking about the changes that adults face when becoming a parent. I think we kind of touched on some of these things tonight. So women, men, tune in because I think this is a dope conversation. We're going to be talking about postpartum depression. We're going to be talking about men going through postpartum depression. Yes, it is possible. It does
I was
happen.
about to ask that. Can men go through that too? Because I
Absolutely.
heard men feel the symptoms of a woman when they have their baby. You get me? Like morning sicknesses and
Ab-
sleeping. So like,
Absolutely. Men can
yeah, I'll definitely
absolutely
be tuned into that.
men can absolutely go through postpartum depression, and I think it's definitely important next week's topic for our younger parents, people who are maybe expecting a child, people who are new to parenthood. Definitely tune in. Me and Ari been talking the last couple of weeks. She's gonna ask me some dope questions. I'm gonna ask her some dope questions. We're gonna have people come on and share their experience about the changes that they've experienced as parents. That's gonna be a fun one. And then the following week is going to be a banger. This is a late night one, so definitely get your
Active.
coffee, get your Red Bull. Got
Active.
my guy Junior and
Junior, what the
Estella.
hell you got going on at 10:30? What the fuck? Bro, what you got going on, cuz?
Nothing
10:30?
clearly, bro.
So Estella gets out of class late, so I told her
That's for Stella. All right.
we're definitely gonna push it back. We're gonna be talking about the difference between unconditional love and friendships, and why men may enjoy being around their guy friends. This topic went
Oh, I'm
crazy.
definitely jumping on
This
that.
You
this
feel me,
this
Oh,
bro?
this.
damn,
I'm
yeah,
about to
hey,
get
yo, yeah,
mad.
yeah. Hey, yo,
Bro.
could I sneak in and be
So
a guest just to
so
talk? So I'm gonna type my
so
comments.
so yeah, you can think in because this is gonna actually be our first in studio live. They're both gonna be in the I'm Never Right podcast studio. I gotta make some room. I gotta put my other chair up, get an extra
All right,
mic.
so can I be the guest then if they're gonna be inside? So I
Yeah,
don't
we're
want to type. I won't say too much, but I don't
gonna
want to comment. I don't want to type my comments. That is a
that's
great segment, gang. I
it's
like
definitely it's gonna. I mean,
that.
they were going
Uh,
at it on Facebook, and it
you
was
want to
it
find it
was
now?
it was some dope. They both gave great insights. I mean, it was dope. It was respectful. People really commented, and I'm really excited for that one. And then the following Monday, we got Jai and Treyandra coming on talking about the difference between men and women and who has it harder. That's another banger. That's
Niggas,
gonna
the fuck?
be.
Hey
That's
yo,
not
yeah,
even a
no,
question. That's not
yeah,
even a
no,
valid
hey,
topic.
yo, yeah, because like I ain't gonna lie. Can we? Who do you feel like? I'm asking both of you. Who do you
Niggas,
feel like?
bro. What?
honestly,
Yo, I ain't gonna lie.
honestly,
It depends what your race is.
I'm
No,
not.
it's
Listen, I
niggas,
Yeah,
am.
yeah,
bro.
because
Listen,
it depends what your race is. Because if y'all a
nah.
white woman, if
Listen,
y'all a white woman, you got more. You
No,
get
nah.
Pete,
more
let me
Listen.
cue
shit.
this real quick. Let me cue this real quick. Let me cue this real quick. Listen, it is men. The reason why, right? Every successful man, bro, they had to build themselves up, bro. You feel me? Even if they had inheritance, bro, they
Junior,
had to build
you
themselves up.
are
Us as men have to gain assets and attributes to get women, bro. Nigga, a girl could go to Miami, bro, walk by a yacht, a millionaire sees her, she looks good, he wipes that, she's a millionaire. That's gonna happen to us, nigga. You think females gonna look at us and take care of us, nigga? No, bro. We have to build
Junior.
ourselves up, bro. Females are born
Nah,
with their
facts.
value, bro. If a female is beautiful, that is her value, nigga. You
Junior, listen to
how
me.
many
Nah,
Listen
times
to me.
that nigga
hey
how
yo,
many
Hey,
times that
hey,
niggas go
yeah,
buy
we
girls a
def,
girl
hey
a
yo,
drink at the
Junior,
bar?
we
hey,
definitely
Junior,
going crazy on that
Junior,
one,
Junior.
guy.
How many times y'all niggas buy a drink at the bar for a female? And how many times a
Junior,
girl bought you a drink at the bar, nigga? Who
Nah,
does the chasing,
facts.
bro? Females have it
when
easier, bro. Yes, I'm not
listen,
saying all, but nah, nigga, there's no way. Majority of females
this
got it easy, bro.
this topic is going to be crazy.
Yeah,
Banger,
nah.
bro.
Hey yo, yeah,
This
nah. That's a. When is that
this
again?
August
The
18th.
18th. At 9.
And let me tell you, these women are
I
gonna
bet.
tear our asses up. You better tread
Oh,
Who?
lightly.
what?
You
Yeah.
heard me.
Hey yo, I ain't gonna lie.
Hey,
Hey yo. I'm asking now. Can I be on two of them? But I won't say much. I just don't want to type the
Nah,
comments.
nigga, I
yeah, so
nigga,
like I
bro.
That's
said,
it. That's all I'm asking. I just don't want. You know, I'm
Listen,
slow.
man.
Yeah,
Bring
I
it.
can't type
Bring
right.
it. Bring it. Bring
Yeah,
it.
cause
Bring
that's
it.
a
I
good
wish they
one. I
would
ain't
try
gonna
to
lie.
bring
That's a
it.
so
great one.
Bring
so
it, bro. There's no
yeah,
way, bro. Females are tweaking, bro. On every aspect, they get well, not
so
all, but
just so
majority.
everyone knows,
Yeah,
Tweaking.
just so
stupid.
everyone knows, when you guys tune in, right? Every time we have a topic that we're gonna talk about, obviously the host, right? Trey, you was the host. I got it started. Yeah, Chelsea, TikTok's still trying to approve me. I'm hoping the next episode will be approved on TikTok because these topics are definitely going to go crazy. The next one, we're
Yeah.
definitely going to be on TikTok, and I'm still waiting to be able to go on Instagram Live as well. But everyone who does come on, the host will obviously, will ask the questions. I'm going to send Junior his questions, and then we're going to open it up for people who want to join to ask the host questions. So we'll set it off probably the first 20, 30 minutes like we did today, Trey, and then had Junior join us and jump on because these are some interesting topics. And this is why I chose to do a
No,
live
great one.
podcast versus, pre-recording shows and having people like just watch. When you
Yeah.
in the moment, you give people. I gotta probably upload this one as like 2 episodes. This was a long one,
I'm about to
but
say you get to upload these, right? You get to
yeah, I'm gonna
upload.
upload them.
What?
Yep,
All
I'm
right,
gonna
bet.
save them, break them down into like 15-minute, 30-minute clips, probably into different parts. But no, this, like I said, at the beginning of the show, anyone who has topics, sports, music. If you have a small business you want to come talk about, inbox me. This is free for you guys to come on here and talk. Yeah, man, this was fun. I appreciate y'all for joining on live.
I
I appreciate
appreciate you having me. Thank you.
I appreciate everyone who has been commenting, like and subscribe to our YouTube channel, I'm Never Right Podcast, our Facebook channel. TikTok's going to be coming soon. If you guys already don't follow me, follow me. I do my word of the day every morning. Everyone who tunes into that. But yeah, we're going to wrap it up for tonight. Like I said, thank you everyone for joining. I will see you guys next Monday at 9 p.m. for our show. I'll put it back up there. Changes adults face when becoming a parent. All right, fellas.
All right, you guys have a blessed night, everybody, and thank you. Thank you, bro. Appreciate you for having me.
Going, boys.
All right, love y'all. Good night.
Love you back, buddy.